You're not my man. You're not my man. You're a genius.
And we are live. What's good, people? We are here. We're very active this year on this interview tip. This is another iteration of the Who's Man series. And today, facts, we're out here. And today we have someone who I personally think way overdue. We've been reviewing this dude since the original page, and it clicks now that it's like, yo, we haven't had him on, so that's just a little bit crazy to me. But either way, facts. Either way, I'm John D. Contradiction alongside the homie Reckless DWR. MC, introduce yourself.
This is Notes82. What's going on, people?
Hey, Notes82. We're going to dive right into this because, as always, I have questions and, that's just how we do things. But so to start off, the name, how'd that come about?
Let us know. So, funny story. I like telling this story, man. So, when I was smaller, man, I used to walk around with notebooks. Well, at first, you started off napkins. You go to the corner store, you get a quart of water, get some stuff in the bag, paper bag, writing on that. So, one of my homeboys used to call me Notes. I pitched the idea to my brother. He was like, maybe they should call you The Notebook. And I'm like, you remember back in the day, the movie The Notebook? I don't want to be associated with that.
Yeah, you don't want to be that. Fact.
Terrible timing. That's where the name Notes came from. The 82, believe it or not, when I first moved to South Carolina, it was like 8 years that I didn't do music. And then 2 years, when I did come back and start officially, I dropped my first mixtape called The Vision Mixtape. And the 8 and the 2, ironically, 82 is my birth year, but that's what 82 came from. A lot of people had notes and they wanted to spell it a different way. I didn't want to spell it a different way. Yeah. It being Notes, and I just added the 82, and the rest is history.
Nice. I mean, the good thing is too, like, it's when you're picking out your name and stuff like that, and you really want to start putting out music and stuff, it's like you need something that looks good, is searchable and stuff like that. And it's something simple, but it's very clean. Like, it makes it easy to find you as an artist, which is dope. And it makes your pages and stuff like that kind of click. So it's good to find something like that in simplicity, because you would, it's hard. There's so many fucking fake accounts and shit out there. So it's like, it's hard to fucking lock in on something that's easily searchable. So no, that's dope. That's super dope. So I wanted to talk on, so I believe I was just talking to Reckless about it too before you had joined. I believe we first got put onto you. I think it was Live Johnson who put me onto you.
I could say that, or it could have been Nico Tesla. Yeah. It was one or the other, but I remember it was like it was a while ago, and I remember it was one of them, and I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, and then you started like letting us know, like sending us stuff, and I'm like, oh man, it's the fucking truth. Like, shout out to that. And I was just like, you're one of those artists that I put in like the echelon of artists that I just always keep my eye on, because it's just like, you're consistent. So you put out good fucking music. You're consistent. The passion's there, but it's also like you draw towards that era that I draw towards, you know what I'm saying? And I fuck with that, but it's also like you keep, it's like you're bringing back like, that good golden era, like Kanye sound type shit, but with like a little more new, new approach and all that stuff like that. So it's a good time. What is this freestyle for $20? This dude saying in the comments? What's going on here? What's happening over here? What kind of shit is this? But salute to that. So I wanted to dive into just all of the releases for this year, because they're connected. They have, there's like a lore to it that I would like to hear firsthand. So let's talk about it. Okay. So I know you guys did a review on Watch the View, the original Watch the View, which came out in 2020. And I think that during that time, I didn't enjoy that release because it came out in 2020. We all know what happened with the world and stuff like that. And
we was locked up.
my ass off even when I was inside. And I didn't get the chance to promote it the way I did. And that's all tribute to, you know, rest in peace to my guy, Jason Bourne. He was supposed to be a part of that promotion and the marketing of that project, and he passed away during that time. And this is when COVID first hit. So I think for me, I was going to be done with the Watch the View series. And then having a talk, I know you guys did a review on Nico Tesla. You did a review on Johnny Floss, and having those people and talking to them and saying, hey, I got an idea. You know, I release a lot of music. Let me kind of try to see if I do Watch the View too, I kind of want to break it down. I kind of want to break it down into series. And what happened with that was that's what I did. So I know, John, I think you were the one that actually did the review on the first EP series that I did for the Watch the View 2 series. And to hear because I was going to end it at that, to hear what you said and the words that you put towards that project. And it was like when you said the feeling of the Chappelle Show, that really resonated with me because everybody paid attention to when Chappelle, every week Chappelle came out, he paid attention to
the world.
Yeah. So when you told me that, it kind of, when you said that about the project, it made me feel like, I still got it. I still feel like I'm hungry. I still feel like I can make a project that people are going to kind of gravitate to. So you doing that kind of sparked me to go into the other volumes. Now, it was supposed to be, I would say 3 more volumes, but I stopped at 2. And had this crazy idea of, okay, I'm going to shoot the video for Hip Hop Therapy. I'm going to shoot the video for Martin Malcolm. And I just felt like once I got that other review from you guys, I felt like, okay, this is enough. Because when you guys do reviews, all artists that's out there, if you're paying attention right now, take heed to what these guys are saying. A lot of people in this era don't take criticism
at all.
Yeah, so for me, it was more or less about the criticism. It just felt like to me, like, it wasn't criticism. I think I forgot who did my review on that second volume, but on the second volume was like, okay, you got some hot stuff going on, but it wasn't as potent as, you know, the first volume was. So I said to myself, I said, you know what? Okay, I'm still going to release it. I'm going to promote certain songs. I'm going to promote the singles. And then I thought about to myself, but you know what? Let's combine some of these and let's make Watch the View 2 the album. Now, before that, remember, I did the Watch the View where I took some of the songs that were some of the EPs, and then I put a couple of tracks that was unreleased tracks by me, and I got a good review from you guys. And I said, okay, so what if I put all these records together and formulate it and see what I can get? And I think I got my best actual number with you guys, which was a 9. So to get the 9, it felt like, okay, you know what? And you know, I think into the future. The next project you guys get from me is gonna be crazy, but we'll talk about that later. That's something. That's how the series came about.
Okay, all right, that's dope. Hey, I appreciate that. Like, you know, because it's like we do so many reviews, and sometimes it's like I'm like, I don't know who's actually taking the criticism, who's actually hearing it out, and it's just like, yo, it's not like we're not doing this to be dickheads. Like people don't realize, like, I genuinely love music. Like, I fucking love music. I love the process behind it. I love the changes, all of that shit, you know? And it's like, when I hear something dope, like, all I want is for it to be doper. You know what I'm saying? Like, when an artist figured something out, it's like, bro, this is that time. You know what I'm saying? This is like, to me, I see it as like, this is that moment where every jump shot's going in, and I'm like, bro, you have to score 50. You know, don't stop at 20, don't stop at 30, bro. You have to put up 50. Like, that's the type of fucking energy that I'm trying to get out there with, like, the reviews. Like, if you got something, bro, like, don't fucking take your foot off the gas. Like, get the fuck after it. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope to hear. Like, yo, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna experiment. I'm gonna do some shit. Cause it's like, bro, look how many releases you had this year that were dope. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you got a formula. You got your own formula now. You got, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's dope. Like, I wish I could put out that much music. You know what I'm saying? I barely put out anything anymore. And it's like, I want to, but like, I lose that motivation. But it's like, yo, that's dope to see that.
Yeah.
So to bring up you did mention, something new is this. It's not part 3. So what is it like? What can you tell us about this that's not, leaking at all?
So you know me, and I know some of my friends. I know Nico Tesla's probably. I've seen him way high. And he's probably gonna be like, Notes is a liar. But for me, it's more or less like I'm planning on doing something different. I'm planning on dropping a double album, but I'm not dropping it.
Those are hard to do.
I'm gonna let I'm gonna drop it in 25. I'm not gonna let you guys know when I'm dropping it in 25.
Okay.
At 25, that's what I'm working on right now. So 24 is probably gonna be shooting more vids to older stuff that I got. Putting out the singles, couple of freestyles here and there, but gearing everybody up. And I think people know my page. I'm gearing up. You can already see I got the cover art up, and that's the name of the album. It's called Cover Art. And I want to give the culture something different. I see a lot of people are not doing double albums, and I'm just talking about from the standpoint of the independent scene.
From the underground.
They do those. They do EPs, or they do just like short albums.
So for me, it's kind of like I think I've been a risk taker my whole time here in the Indies, and I just feel like I'm not gonna play myself and say, you know what, no, I'm gonna look at what everybody else is doing, because that's where your consistency goes away when you start paying attention to everybody else. I do pay attention to it. I pay attention to some of my peers. And I'm going to say this, I always put this out there. I don't pay attention to any of my peers that does not market their music. If you don't market your music, I don't pay attention to it. I'm just being honest.
That is a big
What can you learn from it?
Yeah.
Because we all know how to make some sort of music. We all know how to make something we like. Marketing is where it's at. That's the game that you got to figure out. Like, it's easy to put out music, but it's not easy to market it. And that's, that's where your peers are important. You learn demographics and sounds. Like, some people, I even tell artists, I'm like, bro, it's not bad to be compared to another artist. You know what I'm saying? Because you just found a market. Someone's giving you a fucking market, to even attempt, pushing your music towards. So, it's like stuff like that. It's like small gems that people really don't think about. And it's,
because it's cool to have your own sound, to like be unique from anybody else. But if you don't know where to put that art to the right crowd, you're lost. Compared to somebody who would sound like someone else, it's just easier to find that market and just cater to.
And then another thing too, people got to understand, you got to be satisfied with the people that actually are considered your fan base. So if you got 10 to 15 people that listen to your music, that's still a fan base. A lot of these artists get out here and they just feel like, I need the thousands. But you got to crawl before you walk, buddy. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, if you got 10 people that pay attention to your music, a lot of people say, I don't like spamming and all this other stuff. I spam in a way where the people that actually listen to my music. So if I tag something, it's because I know you listen to my music. I'm not tagging somebody if I know you don't really listen to my music. It makes no sense to me like that. So me, I have a strategy behind what I do, and I stick to that. I don't try to change it up because I see the next person doing something, At the end of the day, I just feel like I'm going to be me. That's outside of music, I'm the same way. I'm a father, I'm a provider, you know what I'm saying? I work, I got 9 to 5, but I'm still not going to, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to compromise myself. I'm going to stay who I am. And a lot of people, artists, they fail because they feel like, well, I tried to do something different. Well, why you didn't stick to what you had? You had a formula. Why did you stick to that?
And it's not even that. It's like, there's nothing wrong with switching up, but it's like, if you had something, master it. You know what I'm saying? Go all the way, because then it's easy to jump back to it. Then you can try other things with that backup, and it's like, and that's the thing too. I tell people, I'm like, bro, you should never be satisfied with just one or two, your accolades, cause it's like music, we could put out music till the end of fucking time, bro. So just take everything as it goes and just move on to the next. Always be willing to learn shit, always be willing to switch shit up. It's there's not just one type of rap, let alone music, bro. It's like, find what you like and then make it better. Find other shit that you like,
Exactly.
I had with this page, bro, I've listened to shit that I've never thought I would listen to, something I would never pick out in a fucking, FYE. I would never buy when I was younger, never scroll through and pick it. And I've heard some shit and it's like, it turned into shit that I'm like, bro, I kind of like this
Yeah. As you get older, you know, when you're a young band, it's kind of like, you know, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, you get it. You're extremist about it. You're extreme. Like, I don't hear that bullshit. You get older, you're like, oh, this is relaxing. This is fun.
I missed out on this project because I was on the other shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, and sometimes too, you got to dig in the crates. Sometimes, I mean, not that going back. I'm talking about digging the crates where it's stuff that you would never think you would dig in the crates and look for it. Think about the platforms we got. We didn't have this growing up. You had to go to the African man across the street.
Yeah.
Go see if they had the latest bootleg, or if you went to
get it out the trunk.
Yeah, like, you know, or you had to go to the city to go get your stuff. It's like now you have it in front of you. You just type in the artist's name and it just whoop, it's right there.
Yeah.
The whole catalog.
You could type whatever you want. You could type a genre. And that's another thing too. Like, a lot of people say, like, I'm hating on certain things. Like, I'm like, yo, I give drill a hard time. I give a lot of trap a hard time, but it's like, it's not because it's the genre, it's the creativity, bro. Like,
yeah,
there's so much music just coming out at a high frequency, but the access is crazy. So it's like, bro, me growing up, seeing people flip, you know, disco and all that other shit. And it's like, that lasted the whole 90s, damn near the 2000s. So it's like, there was a whole other genres within decades that's untapped. And now all of a sudden people don't flip beats no more. So now when someone does do it, it's this special thing. It's like, that wasn't the evolution I was looking for, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought we would have had an era when I talk about this shit a lot. When M came out, I was like, M is going to be the person to literally mix, like, to have someone cut classic rock, like all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And we never got that phase. We never got it. Like, no one, like, bro, I till this day, and I listen to a lot of music. I feel like fucking Black Sabbath's self-titled first record has some of the most hip-hop bouncy fucking just drums and bass lines ever. And I'm like, no one will ever, like, why is no one touching that? You know what I'm saying? That should have been happened. You know what I'm saying? That shit is old, but
yeah, it's hard. Everybody sound the same. Everyone
Fruity Loops ruined that.
Yeah, Fruity Loops too.
Fruity Loops ruined that. Even though Fruity Loop great software, but it's like, oh, I could make, you know, these random sounds into my own instrument. Fuck it. Yeah. Fuck music. But it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about, like, how do you and like, oh, that dude is mad I didn't ask you to freestyle yet. Like, what's wrong with people? But
what's the money?
Yeah, like let's do some shit first. But so how'd the whole, like, you know, how'd you link up with like Nico and all that shit like that? Like, I know you guys have like your circle of artists that you guys work well together and shit like that. So tell me a little more about that.
So with Nico, like, you know, the crazy part is when I moved from the South, when I came, like, I had conversations. I was in the South. I'm back in the South now, but a couple of years ago when I did move back to Connecticut, I met Nico Tesla. Which I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. It's, you know, it's certain names that you name with the John. I don't even want to talk about him. But at the end of the day, I met him through him, and it was more or less about like it was kind of like, and I don't want to say, I'm gonna say pause. It was like love at first sight when it comes to music. You know, he heard my project Reflections, and we were in the midst of saying, you know, Reflections was a mixtape at first. It was an idea when I had it down south, and then I was like, hey, I don't know what I want to do. I'm gonna put out this new album. So I have music already going for a new album. And Nico was like, let me listen to this album. Let me marinate on it. So he said he had a job out in Long Island. I think he was living in Queens then. And he was on the train. He was going somewhere. And he listened to that project. And he said, yo, me and you are going to fight, bro. He said, this project is dope. Why you putting out new music? You need to put this project out. So that's how we met. And it was just, ever since then, Nico was like my brother. Like, I think you would think me and Nico knew each other for our whole lives. So shout out to him, man. He really inspired who you see today, Notes82, because I mean, he really told me, like, you gotta get, what'd he say?
He was bugging. He wasn't trying to put out Reflections.
But Nico, you listening, man? You know that wasn't my fault, man. So stop, man. Cut it out. That wasn't my fault, man. You know,
and that's dope. You need those. You need like that's the type of like steel sharpened steel. You know, you need when it comes to this music shit. And it's like, you know, we're all older, so it's like we understand that.
We're not those, you know, and it's like, I talk about it a lot. Like when I came up, when I first started rapping, I was super fucking hungry. Yeah. And I was doing every track I could, but I was trying to kill people on their tracks. Not like on some, you know, cannabis shit, but I was like just rapping my ass off. And mad tracks just didn't come out. People just weren't trying to put it out, and I didn't understand it. But I was rapping with dudes who were a little younger than me, and like some dudes were, you know, trying to catch some mainstream eye. And I'm like, bro, I just didn't get it. I'm like, bro, growing up Long Island and, you know, Elmont and Queens, I'm like, where's that competitive? This is what people want. People want that. You know, where we're from, it's like that cloth. We want to, the fight on the song is going to make the song better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people just didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just learned that a lot of people just did not do that. And it was like a humbling experience, bro. I went like a whole year where none of my features were coming out. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm wasting all this studio time for dudes to hit me with some, oh, you know, I'm not dropping the track and all this bullshit. And I'm just like, oh, but that like when you find someone, like that's how it is with my homeboy Kairu. It's like, yeah, oh, I gotta cook. Like I'll send him something where I write first, and I'm like, oh, let's see if he kills me on here. And then he sends something where he writes first, and I'm like, I gotta kill him on here. And we, for the last few years, it's like, oh, I gotta get my lick back. We just keep going back and forth. We're trying to kill each other, but the tracks come out dope, and it's like, you need that. You need that. Just that energy in your circle, bro. Like that competitive edge. And it makes people it motivates you. You want to write more.
And also, too, you don't want it to be where you're just doing any type of features, because a lot of people don't, like me, I don't have a lot of features, but with people I know that, first of all, that's going to market, that's gonna track, that's going to push it to the people that I don't have their fan base, but they're going to push it to their fan base, and I'm going to push it to my fan base. But my whole thing is with it, it's just like me. I have an ear for music, so I know who I want to work with. I know who I'm going to put on the track. And for me, a lot of people go around and they just want to be like, I want Lil Wayne. You're not Lil Wayne, so you can't get on everything. Because at the end of the day, if you get on a track with somebody that's not really pushing their music, it really doesn't help your brand.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah, it's a waste of time.
I've wasted a lot of time. I'll tell you that much. But that's because I like to just I call it my community service. Yeah. But, you know, I get it, though. I've wasted a lot of fucking time. But I get it. Yeah, it is a waste of time. It's like, who's benefiting from it?
It's money sometimes if you pay for that.
They push it for a week and then they give up on the song. And it's like, bro, like, what the fuck?
That's why I know now why people charge people. Like,
yeah. And I completely get it. Yep. Fuck a percentage. I want just money straight up now, because that's how quick it's going to happen. Like, I'm not going to bank on you blowing up and me getting a percentage. Like, nah, bro, I want the money now because that's my time and that's it.
Mm-hmm. And I always feel like features sometimes too. Like, I like the features where, you know, it's just a cut off the record that people could be like, oh yeah. But me, I usually like to, with my features, I usually like it to be a single. So that's why you see songs like Hip Hop Therapy. You see songs like Martin and Malcolm, because I mean, and like I said, Johnny's dope to me. Like he's dope. And I feel like Chris Brown is dope. I just think people around me, they just make you better. So that's why I know. And here's the thing, I study some of my peers. So I know what pocket I'm going to fit in with Notes82. Notes82 is trying to get in your pocket when I put you on the record. Yeah. Because I'm trying to show you that I'm versatile. I'm not just in this one box that people think you are. And me, I am in a box sometimes because I know my lane. I know who I am as an artist.
Yeah, you like your sound. Yeah. That means you fuck with your sound.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. I get it. Like, and that's the first goal, bro. You gotta fuck with you gotta actually like rock with your music, not put it out like, oh, I made a song, I'm proud. Like, anybody can make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, but it's like you want to actually be like, you know. And I tell people, I listen to my own shit. Like, I'd be like, oh, I'm cooking, bro. I fuck with my music, you know. I'm not, and I
like you supposed.
If I don't want to run it back, like I wasted my time. Straight up.
And also a good point of view, studying your peers. You have to do that in order to see, you know, where they at compared to where you at and all that stuff. It helps a lot. You know, people don't do that. You just think, I don't have to worry about anything else. I'm focused on me. But study your craft. Everyone else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you still can get in that run with some of the people I know that don't really promote. I'll let you know, like, look, bro, like you good. You might think you better than me, but you can't be better than me if you don't market your music in the era of marketing.
That's no one's gonna know you're better than me.
Yeah, you have to show it off.
Yeah. No one's gonna know.
At the end of the day, you got to spend money also to market, and people don't. That's what I don't get with some of these people. These people think that, oh, I got talent, so I can just go. No, you can have talent all day, but you're not putting no money into marketing and having a budget and saying, hey, I'm gonna put this money up for a video. I'm gonna shoot this. I'm gonna do that. It's so much things than just rapping. You can't just rap anymore. It's not that. Like it's more key elements to it. Like you got to do. You got to do marketing. You got to do freestyle. You got to do radio interviews.
I mean, they're buying the dream that's sold to them. I mean, everybody still thinks that going viral is real, and they don't realize it costs money. Like it costed money back when World Star ran the game, and it costs money now, bro. Like it's just, but people don't take that time. They just see what they see, and they don't want to do the research. They're like, nope, I see something, I'm gonna try that, and it's not that easy,
Yeah,
it's not that fucking easy, like every sort of type of viral has happened and it's been capitalized. If someone's gone viral overnight for one thing, please believe it's marketed now. Please believe that's never going to happen again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hey,
right.
It is what it is. That's why we're here to humble these cats, humble these young kids, man. We're trying to teach y'all before y'all end up getting scammed by Jadakiss and shit in the DMs and whatnot.
And Gilly the Kid.
Yeah, Gilly the Kid. Back.
Get you a verse.
Trying to help these kids out, bro. They don't listen. They spent $500 for an intro, bro. Shit is crazy.
Exactly. You got to spend wisely in this game, man. You got to be careful. Man, there's a lot of scammers out here. And
everything you do,
cats don't get. In our day, we knew what scammers was. This new stuff, this scammers. I'm like, this ain't new. This is old stuff they're doing. Like,
yep.
This package different. This package is different.
Yeah,
huge difference between a cosign and paying, like a name to do you a favor.
Yeah, I can give you $500. I get you on stage for 3 minutes. That don't even sound right. That sounds great.
Hell no. And somebody will do, and a young cat will do that with no merch, with nothing to hand out. You know what I'm saying? Their Instagram tags don't match their name. It's like, bro, it's a mess.
It's a mess out here. Yeah, it really is.
It's a fucking mess. It's a mess.
Man, it's nasty work out here. Like for real.
It is. It really is. It's disgusting. And that's why I'm like, I'm like, bro, and you're yelling at me over a review where I'm charging you what it costs to buy your album. And you're mad at me. I'm charging you $1 a song. I'm not trying to fucking hustle you. I'm literally making you feel what it feels like to be the client.
Exactly.
The customer.
Big time reviewers will charge like $500 or an arm and a leg.
Oh yeah, to give you some bullshit. To give you an AI generated review.
Yeah, that's not fair. That's not good. We give the real shit.
Saying that about y'all, but it's like you guys, the people that's doing that, y'all artists don't even market your music, but then you crying about come on, like, really?
We just marketed y'all for free, and you're mad.
Should have been better.
I don't get it. And you know what? It's like what you guys are saying is not. You're not the only people that I know that do podcasts and do reviews. I hear it from everybody. Like it's just like you guys. You want to be an artist so bad that you come on my platform and you want my opinion. Yep. And when I give you my opinion,
you're mad.
Idiot. Like what is wrong with you?
Yep.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, I don't like it. I was never raised to sit there and hold my tongue and say, "Oh yeah, man, I love it," and then I'm going to sound like it. If it's garbage, it's trash.
Yeah, if it's not good, it's not good. And it's like, bro, and that's the thing too. Where people get so hurt because it's like they only get hurt if they knew it, if they felt it and they couldn't admit it, and they needed someone else's validation. And it's just like, bro, like that's the first step. Is knowing that, like, is literally listening to something going, maybe this isn't it. And it's like, once you get past that, bro, like your career, like you will make better music. And it's like music is infinite.
Yeah, failure is a part of growth. That's how I look at it.
It's a part of growth. Like music is infinite. You can put out music till your last day and it just is what it is. So it's like, why be mad?
Exactly.
Just put out more music, bro. Like keep working on it. Shit just doesn't happen. Like, like Eminem didn't turn into fucking, the Marshall Mathers LP directly from Infinite. You know what I'm saying? Like it was different sound. Like, everything sounds different. There's growth. Yeah. Like it's crazy. People are crazy.
Yeah.
And you got to trust your process and your journey as well, man. They got to understand that here's the thing about what I think people will make it easier for people. Your script is already written. The most high has written your script already. So all you doing is just acting out what he already seen. So why sit here and complain about it? We all have to go through this. Just like even when you think about death, we all at some point, I'm not thinking about it now, but at some point, this is going to end. Yep. So why not go out and do the things that you love? If you love being a creative and love being a musician, get out there and do the things that you got to do. Because guess what? When you're on your sick bed or however it's going to end for you, you're going to sit there and be like, damn, I wish I would have did it.
Yep.
So
never live in what if, because that's a
mm-hmm. Go create. Go practice.
Even if it's whack, you'll get better.
Yeah. Like, go create. Go practice. Go work on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just because it's a hobby or an occupation doesn't mean you can't get better.
No, it's always room for improvement.
Yeah. I've been doing music for a long fucking time. I still set aside an hour a day to play some piano, to work on some beats, to, write some raps, like when I can. Like, I still put in work. I'm on YouTube all day learning some new shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm always looking up some new shit. It's like, and that's for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is out here. It's a free tool and it's for me, bro. Like, oh, yeah, okay, I've done a few good tracks. I've done this. I got a couple compliments, but hey, I want to make better. I want to get better. I want to adapt to the time. So it's like, the fuck? Like, I'm supposed to just be satisfied? Imagine that. Yo, I got this job. I'm good here. I don't want no raise. No yearly raise, bro. I'm good. I'm good. Don't give me more money, sir. I am content.
Yeah. Nah, you want to give me more? Come on, give it to me. I want it.
Yeah, I want more, bro. Fuck.
That's crazy, man. And you know what's so funny? Some people are content, like you said. Some people are content with that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And the mindset.
Like, it's like, why, bro? Like, why? Like, there's everything. It's infinite. Like, the world is infinite. There's so many fucking people in this world. There's so many tastes, hobbies, sports. There's so much shit out there. Why just be like, I'm content? Like, this is okay. I don't want more.
Yeah. You mean like being normal? That's what you mean, right?
Oh, disgusting. Gross.
Couldn't be us.
It's a crazy thing. And it's like, it's crazy to me. I've never been like that. And even like, even in fatherhood, oh man, you're not gonna be able to. I'm like, no, I still have hobbies, and I just have hobbies with my kid now. I got him into it. Mm-hmm. He's making music with me now. Like, what the fuck you mean? I'm supposed to just give up? No, like, I bought a beat machine while he was 3 years old. I'm still here. Fuck, makes no sense to me. Makes no sense at all. But go ahead, Reckless. I know you got your lined up questions.
You already know what it is, but
yes,
so
sir.
I wrote down my notes about the project, what I felt, but John had a more perfect description of what the project is. He said it best, saying it's Chappelle show music. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's exactly the feel I got from the new project. Mm-hmm. I just felt so refreshed. I'm like, man, why is the music sound like this anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, was that intentional to like strive for that kind of sound, or did it come out naturally as your normal like style of music?
I think it's, now that you said that, I think naturally. It comes out naturally. Now it does. When I first started, I was still trying. You know how you still trying to find your sound. But I said, I know it now. It's like, I know it. I got it. Like, anytime I come up with an idea, and I hate myself sometimes, which I really don't. I mean, for me, it's like, I'll come up with something like, damn, I want to do a project now. And I'll be like, damn, but I got this other project that I got out here now too. But for me, it's just like, I think those times of growing up. So when I was growing up, like, I almost go tell a story. I'm never a person that's not going to tell my story. But I grew up a pastor's kid, right? And for me, my mother was a vocalist. She could sing. My aunt could sing. And I was in the church. My father was a pastor. And I heard this church. But those times right there were probably like the best times in my, now that I think about it now, those are the best times that I had. Because then I was starting to learn music, you know, being in the church and stuff like that. And you think about it now, where I get all this, like I said, it comes to me naturally now. Those sounds and those things that I've seen coming up as a kid, that's what made me the person, the artist that I am today. So when you see me orchestrating, that's from directors that I've seen in the church. That's from my mother. That's from even from my father. Just seeing how they structured things and had things in a sensible way and understood the message at hand. This is the message that I'm going to give. I'm not going to switch it up. This is the message I want to give. And that's how I am. I'm kind of like I want to say a disciple when it comes to my music. I know what I know what I want the people to follow. So when I put out music, it's always thought of. It's always, okay, I want to do this. I want to get better, but I also want the fans to get better with me along the way of listening to music.
I mean, that makes sense too. I mean, just like off the top from the reviews that we've done of yours, there's always been like a consistent thing where I've always said like the production and the sound always sounds big. Mm-hmm. And that makes sense because like you don't get that. Like that's just, if you look at any sort of, you know, choir, anyone with a choir background, church background in the game from R&B to hip hop, it's a consistent thing where the music is so grand.
Yeah.
You know, like look at some of the greats and some, you know, some that aren't as great anymore because of whatever, but like dudes like, you know, I hate to say it, but like R. Kelly, but like Cisco, and, you know, dudes who had grand, you know, big sounds, big movements. That's where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where it comes from. And people just like that's, I mean, it makes sense. It makes more sense to knowing your music now because of that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then also when I was speaking of, you know, you're coming from pastor family, like fallback was like that's some like just and like, you know, like influence in it as well. Like, did you ever consider going the route of like Christian music, or something like you just happen to like, you know, touch on it?
For me, I feel like in my music sometimes I kind of touch on it. But that is a thought, though. I like that question. That is a thought. I know one of my sisters, Shay Bars. I think you guys are familiar. She was on a couple of my projects.
Yeah. She was in the chat earlier. I don't know if she's still here.
She might be. But she was telling me about, you know, you should tap into that too. And I know she tapped into it. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I would do it. I just haven't. It just hasn't ever been a thought, you know? I know I can. I know I could do it. I think I would make a dope.
I think you can go toe to toe with some of the best.
Yeah. No field.
So I mean, honestly, I think that's Shea Bars is here, but I think that's definitely. I mean, as far as a path, that would be one that would easily go your way because I mean, there is a huge scene. I know there's a lot of politics involved, you know, with like the artists.
They're a very supportive fan base if you're able to tap into that, you know.
Yeah, but I do see that would be I could see you going toe to toe with like the Craze and other shit like that, like easily.
Yeah, it was a thought. Like I said, she brought it to my attention before, and she said she wanted to do it, and I was like, shoot, man. I was like, you know what? I could possibly do it. You know, for me, I think. I still got a lot more in the tank. You know what I'm saying? So I did tell you guys about, you know, the double album, but I'm thinking maybe in 24, like you said it, I might try that. Now that you said it and you put it out into the air, it's going to happen now. It's definitely 24.
It wouldn't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, your music is already aligned with that, so it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah. It's not a bad transition. You probably wouldn't even notice if you didn't put attention to it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You just hear some dope music.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone was just, if you even told us like, oh yeah, my music is along that line. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be like, oh yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, this album would have been a Christian album. I wouldn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? But,
yeah.
You know, I know it's not, but you know, it's you can easily move into that bag. Mm-hmm. But describe your features. Picking the features, like, is there anybody who gave you like, you know, oh yo, did you get the real Chris Brown on your track, or was it just like, you know? People know who that is, you know, in your circle of people.
Yeah, I mean, most of the people that I pick, they're known. And me handpicking them is for a reason. Yes, I have a relationship with some of them, but I'm handpicking them for a reason to show people that these are the artists that I wouldn't say idolize, but I would say I'm inspired by. Mm-hmm. So when I do sit down and I pick my people like Chris Crown, I listen to their music. I'm inspired by them. You know, it's in some form of fashion, they inspire me somehow by their music or just the way they carry themselves or the way they market their music. I'm always in the field of people that are consistently dropping consistent content and staying on top of it as if they just came in through the door. That's just me. That's how I am. So if I handpick you, It's kind of like on my wish list if you really think about it.
That's good. And what's your favorite your favorite feature on the project? You'd say like which one you did showed out the best?
That's kind of hard, man.
Anybody, you know what I'm saying? You all were dope, but you know, in your opinion, who did have the slight edge over everybody?
Martin Malcolm, Chris Crown, he got me.
Okay.
He got me. I think I had a dope verse, but I think he got me. But you know what? That type of song, and people would say, well, what do you mean he got you? It's not that type of song. It's just that I feel like his verse, I know my verse by heart, but I also know his verse. So if I know your verse,
you did your thing.
Hands down, he did his thing.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that track, he did do his thing.
Yeah, he did it. He did his thing. He smoked the track. I mean, I think we both did, but he put a little extra smoke on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he showed out on that one. You know what I'm saying? I've read it back a couple times too. I was like, okay, I gotta hear this again.
He showed out.
Yeah, he showed out.
And what do you hope people take away from your project? You know what I'm saying? What's the overall, like, either message or just whatever you want to say? You know,
for like first-time listeners.
Yeah, first-time listeners. What do you want people to take away?
So I always think about this, and I always think about my titles of my projects, right? So when you think about Watch the View, when I released my first project, which I'm gonna get to this one, Watch the View 1 was kind of like those downtimes. Like, it was dedicated to, you know, one of my guys, kind of like my bro. We were starting to build a relationship, Jason Bourne, and it was kind of like them watching me, watching the view, or me watching them in the sky. Like they're still watching over me. But Watch the View 2 was, okay, now it's kind of like I am the sky now. Like you're watching the view, like you're watching me, you know, embark on this journey that some people might feel like, well, he's 40, but I'm like, nah, I feel like I'm 25, man, coming in the game. And I feel like now I am the view. And that's what Watch the View is. Like, they're watching me now. They're watching me take off into another realm. And that's what, if I get somebody that's going to pay attention to my music, I want them to understand that I love the culture so much. I want you to follow me. I want you to understand that I love the culture so much, you know? So what you think you're getting from your favorite artist, cool, but you're not getting another Notes82. Because I think I don't sound like nobody, and I don't think that nobody's in this lane that I'm in, you know, when it pertains to the music that I drop. That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And when I heard your music, I was like, you sound so familiar, but I could not point an artist.
But you can't compare it. Like,
you can't compare. Like, you sound like this guy. You're like this. Like, I couldn't. It's like, you're unique in your voice and your sound, but it's like very nostalgic and, you know, familiar at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's definitely an era that, like, whenever you drop something, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna hear something that I missed. Mm-hmm. But it's also like a chapter or something I learned more about you, and just seeing the growth and stuff on top of you bringing back a sound that, you know, is missed as far as a hip hop head. You know what I'm saying? It's just super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you say you pick your features, you know, specifically. You know, there's a reason for each one. Was there any feature you were not able to get on this that you hope to work in the future with, or you know what I'm saying?
It's a good question.
Time restriction with me and Nico, man. Nico has a great job, man, with National Grid. And I was able to get him to talk on a track. I don't want him talking on a track. I want him rapping.
Facts.
On a track. You know,
facts.
Bullshit.
So Nico probably didn't. Nico was one of those. Nick Moody. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Nick Moody.
Yeah, Long Island, baby. Yeah, Long Island. I was on his last project.
Nick Moody fan in the world. Like, this dude.
He worked hard.
He's solid. He's fired.
He worked hard. He's someone you can learn marketing shit from.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you. If anything, he could probably teach a course to a lot of these people out here that don't want to market.
Most
he could probably teach a course. Like,
he worked hard.
But Nick Moody, I wanted to get. I know I reached out to him, but I think around that time he was kind of busy getting a lot of things off the ground. So I don't never mess up the process that they have, the creativity of what you got going on. So I don't never want to mess that up. Do I want to get him on this double album? Yeah, I got a year in between and be like, yo, Nick, I need you on this. Yeah. Like, you know. So
I actually think that would be a dope contrast, because, like,
you have like a big sound and he's got like a very exciting, like, you know what I'm saying? He's animated, he's exciting. He'll hit you with a witty ass bar and then start sliding on a track. Like, he's very versatile.
Yeah.
And he works hard, man. Shout out to him, man. He had me on his mixtape project, which was incredible, bro. He had like 50 plus fucking rap MCs from all over, and he put out a very consistent sonically even, like, dope fucking tape, bro. And I'm like, dude, that's hard to do, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard to get one feature, bro, let alone 50 plus, bro. You kidding me?
That says something about him. That says something about him.
And he marketed the fuck out of it. But yeah, it's that respect. And then he did a live performance of it on the release date and streamed it on like a online radio station and had like a cool interactive way for everybody to promote it on their pages, bro. He works hard, bro. And this is like after he did that fucking worldwide battle with Lil D. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing big things. So, like, you know, I'm not saying he don't have to work with, like, you know, us underground cats, but like, you gonna put in that much underground work after doing something that's fucking visible to everybody? You know what I'm saying? That's a hard working dude, bro.
Yeah.
That's a hard working dude.
I gotta get that. If I gotta pull the bag out, I gotta get that feature. I need that.
He
was able to actually get that feature on Black Hill Ave too.
Yeah.
Him X. So I need to get that. I need to get Nick Moody.
I think you guys would clash. I think the contrast of both of your sounds would sound fucking dope.
Oh,
yeah.
If you're listening, check it in with the homie. Get a Congo, you know what I'm saying? So one of my favorite tracks from the project is Can't Be Life, and second is the Rockefeller Feeling. Those are my favorite tracks on there, you know what I'm saying? So what's your favorite track on the project?
My favorite track on the project was, I'm gonna be honest with you, was Mama I Made It.
Okay.
I think everything else in there was dope, but like personal for me. It's just personal for me. Just you know, have my mother still around. You know, she's in her 70s. Just to see her elevation. You know what I'm saying? As a mother, as a best friend, because a lot of people don't. My mother, like, she's my best friend. That's how I look at it. I can go to her and talk to her. So Mama I Made It is my personal favorite. But when you talk about, when we get into the creativity of it, I got a couple, man. Like, I got Rockefeller Feeling is because if you know me, I've released already 2 tracks that was referencing the Rockefeller. So you know who I was rocking with when they was, you know, Rockefeller was definitely, Rockefeller Feeling was one of my favorites. The Fame, to be honest, was one of my favorites as well. Then Martin and Malcolm probably is my favorite. I think Martin and Malcolm is my favorite because of the visual that we set up and everybody that was involved that wanted me to shoot the video for this. Because I was like, I was going to shoot a regular video, and then my guy that I grew up with, my guy Flicks by Rich, who shot the video, my guy Jedi, shout out to them too. They actually called me and was like, yo, we got a treatment for you, bro, that this would be dope if you get suits on and stuff like that. So Martin and Malcolm would probably be Rockefeller Feeling and The Fame. Those 3 right there. Rockefeller Feeling.
The Fame was my favorite on here. The Fame was that shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
And also the song We Ball. I really like that one. I'm from the Bay, West Coast. You know, that sound was just very, you know, the song. I fuck with that sound. You
love it.
If you really hear it, Cypress Hills, man. Like, that's what inspired me, man. Like, for real, man. Because when I was a youngin', I wasn't a big Cypress Hill fan, but they had records that was like, yo, I want to do something like this. I don't want to,
bro.
You know, I want to go to the Bay with it a little bit, you know?
Oh, yeah, you got to, bro. And speaking of which, who else inspired you growing up, you know, in the music?
Man, so, okay. So I'm not going to give you my typical New York stuff because it's always big. So
we don't want to hear.
They're definitely in it. I was a big Rakim. Like, my brother introduced me to Rakim. I'm 82.
Strong Island.
Yeah, so you got to think about it. My brother is 5 years older than me, so for me to hear a Rakim tape, it would go through him. Like, he put it under his bed. He go out, go play ball. I go pull his, you know, the Walkman, put it in the Walkman, listen to it. I would say Wu-Tang, Big Daddy Kane. I got to represent Brooklyn. I am from Brooklyn.
The GOAT.
Let's see. I'm gonna give you some new ones too. That, Kanye. Kanye's like, if you listen to my music now, I think that's the elevation. That sound and that production, big records. I got that from Kanye. Like listening to Kanye,
you can hear it.
Orchestrate certain things.
Like this is what the evolution of that sound's supposed to be.
Yeah, we should
where it's supposed to be now.
Yeah. So I just feel like I'm gonna still give you the J's. I'm gonna give you, Biggie. I'm gonna give you Nas. Like, to be honest with you, people always said I had that sound when I was coming up, but I think Nas is really my GOAT. That's my GOAT. That's my greatest of all time because he never compromised for anybody. And I'm glad that he got those flowers then, but he's getting more of those flowers now with Hit Boy and, reinventing himself when it comes, not being, because MC always been a dope MC, but just inventing himself and showing people that if he had this production back in the day, we wouldn't be talking about, Jay-Z and Nas.
Yeah, we wouldn't be shitting on his ear for production.
Exactly. So those are really my influences. I'm trying to see if I missed anybody. I don't think I did. Yeah, that's really it. That's really it.
That's cool. With that mind refresher, I want to hear your top 5 favorite rappers of all time. We have one of them.
Ooh, top 5 favorite rappers of all time.
Sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. Okay, so I'm gonna go Nas.
Okay.
I ain't gonna give you no order. Nas is what's gonna be at top for me. Nas, Big, Jay, Kanye, and some people might take Kanye up because he don't write some of his stuff no more.
Yeah,
I don't. I mean, it is what it is.
The music he put out with his name on it, with his voice on it, is fire. It is what it is.
That's it. So it's all him. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go, and then it's errors too. So I'm just gonna give you my, because it's my personal. Nobody can get mad at your personal.
Oh, of course.
Kanye, and then I'm gonna go M. But I'm gonna put M over Kanye. I'm gonna put M, and then I'm gonna put Kanye at number 5.
Okay, not bad. Eminem's a trick still, even though like his music not as good as it used to be. Still, that deal when it comes to the lyricism, spitting, chopping, all that shit.
He need black people in his corner again. But that's just my honest opinion. I got a question. This is a little new take, but what's your favorite hip hop record of all time?
Yes,
like a record that when you throw it on, you're like, bro, I gotta listen to it from front to back.
No
this
shit
puts me in a time machine. This shit is just the mecca. Like this is what I'm always gonna put on.
I'm gonna kill y'all with this one.
Oh man, it's gonna hurt.
Machine Gun Funk by Big.
Fire.
Oh, okay.
No. I'm not mad at that at all.
Well, you say that that's not a thing.
I'm not mad at that at all.
That's a good one.
That was a good one. We gotta add that to the final questions rotation. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was actually really good. All right. So, anything else you want to add to people out there at all? You want to know about your project or anything else coming out? You know what I'm saying?
Well, now, right now, I got a single out called The Fame. It's on every digital media platform. So if you guys want to go check that out, go check it out. You guys know I move fast. So November the 25th, I have my record Higher with my man Richlow. Actually, it's my guy that actually shot the video for Martin and Malcolm. So he's on there. So we got a record coming out with Higher. Let's see. For the rest of the year, just promoting the project, just promoting these singles and stuff like that. In 24, like I told you guys, more or less about freestyle singles. I do have a nice little thing to introduce. I am throwing my first, it's called I Need Those Bars, the Cypher. And it's produced by Notes82. So I'm definitely, shout out to my guy, King Sage out in Houston. He's going to be sponsoring it along with me. But the first couple of artists, I'm going to drop this bomb. First couple of artists that we're going to have on it. We're going to have Nico Tesla. We're going to have Shay Bars. We're going to have Chris Crown. We're going to have Johnny Floss and Exile. So
nice.
So we're going to shoot that. But I'm going to do something. I ain't going to drop the, spill the beans on this one. We're going to do something different with the Cypher because I see everybody keeps doing the same type of things and just a different type of person. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, and that's really it. Just promoting projects, more videos next year for Notes82. And then, still working on getting in the studio. I'm actually working on a documentary that's going to lead into the album dropping in 25, the double album that I'm doing. I'm going to go out to Houston and record this album with my guy, King Sage, because he moved out there now. So it's going to be not quiet in 24, but it's going to be a lot of gearing up to get to 25, and get that double album out and stuff like that. But yeah, that's about it, man. You guys, whoever's in here, if you're new or whatever, follow me on social media, man. I'm everywhere on social media. Notes82 at everywhere you go.
There you go. Easy.
It's simple.
Easy. So I got a question. And this is going to be a good one. This is because I ask this all the time, but this is going to be a good one just off the strength that you fucked with us for so long. But I like to just this is your time to give us a review. What do you think of the page and the platform?
Oh, man. You guys, the platform that you guys have is phenomenal. This is what not even just hip hop need, but just music as a genre needs. You need the honesty, you need the realness, and that's what you guys give. You give your honest opinion, and that's where people got to understand. That's what you want from a podcast or from a review show. You want them to keep it honest with you, because you can't grow as an artist if they don't keep it real with you. You understand what I'm saying? I know people say, well, you get good reviews, you got a good rapport with them. I'm like, I don't even know these guys. Like, I just know
yeah.
just talking to them on social media, and the rapport has been good, because guess what? I keep coming back to the platform. Yes, I do get good reviews, but I put out good damn music. So for me, Notyamanz, if I'm giving you guys a rating, I'm gonna give you a 10 out of 10.
Hey, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, because we get hit with so much resistance and this, that, and the fifth. We've had the page shut down and all this shit, and it's like, bro, I'm like, is it really that bad to get some honest fucking feedback for your music? And there's times where I'm just like, bro, what the fuck's going on? Like, why is this such a bad service?
Yeah.
And it's like,
no, it's not bad. So
and it's like,
they need to stop, cut it out.
And it's just like, to me, I'm just like, yo, and then it's like, but the good thing that I do like asking the question, and I do like these interviews too, because you learn a lot of shit. Like, you telling us that something that we said, made you switch some things up, made you try some shit. Like, we've had artists tell us no, bro, you told me I was garbage, and I fucking went in the lab and I put out a fucking good project. It was and I bust my ass, and I'm like, bro, that's it wasn't me being like, oh, just do this. It's like, bro, it's me just saying, yo, I know you could do better, bro. Like, be real with yourself, then be real with me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
first be good, man. We want to improve, do better. Yeah. We're not a whole artist back, we're not trying to do shit. We want you to be better and shit, get better at it. Yeah,
and it's like, bro, you getting it from a low, we're, this is the, for artists by artists. We're all artists on this page. And it's like, bro, I think you'd rather hear it from us than, spending some money pitching to a label and then hearing it from them, or hearing it from a TMZ, blasting your shit on all over social media. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we're local, bro. It's like, we're close. We're, that's why it's like, yeah, he's not your man's, but where you supposed to be? Supposed to be your man's. We're local, bro. We're supposed to be the homie.
We prep you up for those big guys.
Yeah. Your homeboy should be prepping you for that too. That's around you.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
They don't.
How you going? Yeah, it's like, bro, how you gonna expect the homie to get you out of the hood, and you telling them they're fire when they're not, bro? That's your fault. That's your fault. You're part of the problem. But hey, that's how it is. But yo, truly appreciate you coming on here and chop it up with us. This was fucking way overdue. And yo, we rock with you over here. We keep it honest, but I've made it a thing to distribute your projects amongst everyone, so everyone gets to hear it. And honestly, when people hit me up with new artists, you're one of the ones, well, not new, but you know what I'm saying? Artists no, I need something new to listen to. You're one of those artists that I'm just, I can blindly be like, yo, go check him out. Check him out, because I know you're not putting out anything that's it's no lackluster shit. It's nothing. There's no slacking. There's no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's consistent. It's dope. And it's your product, it's your brand, and you're putting out a good fucking product. So
yeah,
again, I truly appreciate you chopping it up with us. This was super fucking dope. And yo, honestly, nothing but success. Just seeing you market your shit, we know you good, but we wish more success on you. You know what I'm saying? We want your shit to get more streams than you project, more than you market towards, because the music is there. It's dope.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's not out anymore, but it's right here.
Yeah. Like this is one of those ones that I gladly wear as like defense to an old head saying hip hop's dead. You know, it's like, well, why is this dude putting out, you know, Kanye era sound music effortlessly? Then, you know, if it's dead, then he's breathing, bro. He's here.
Exactly.
You know, but real shit. I truly appreciate you hopping on here. This shit was super dope. And I appreciate everybody tuning in. Go check him out on all things social media, Spotify, music things, Notes82. And I promise you can hit the shuffle button and not be worried at all. And not be worried at all. Again, sir, you have a good one. Again, truly appreciate you chopping it up with us, man.
Salute to y'all, man.
Hey, no doubt, man. Yo, we appreciate you. We're signing off, peoples. Be good.
Yes, sir.